Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Wow, I mean, what a sell-off today. We already talked yesterday about further moves down, that it would completely max out my reversal area. Surprises me a little, yeah, but it is an option that was on the table and Ethereum is playing it out at the moment. And I'm even thinking we might go through this area to the downside the way we are currently coming down here. But we get to that in a minute. So at the moment, we are not doing anything that we didn't consider in previous videos. Yeah, a few days ago, we looked at this head and shoulders pattern. This white line, which indicates the target of the head and shoulders, was always pointing to 1700. Now we've just now reached that. So basically all we've done so far is we have only played out the target for the head and shoulders that we talked about a few days ago. We have also only just now reached the lower end of my target area for this correction down. Yeah, remember here yesterday where I talked to you about we haven't quite reached that target area yet, so we might very well get into it, and we've done it, but the way this is coming down is too fast for the previous wave count. So I've adjusted it, basically gone back to the, in the previous video I adjusted it back to a WXY, but the way we are coming down now, I had to go back to the one from yesterday, ABC, which doesn't really make a great difference. It just means we have more scope to fall even further. And this is now what we need to talk about, because the way this is happening here at the moment indicates that we are now in the wave 3 of a wave C. So, remember when we came up here, reached that area around 2020, hovered around here, I told you we will probably come down. Now, at the time I anticipated a wave 4, but I changed it, which would have been a shadow retracement. Changed it quite quickly to a wave 2 in line with Bitcoin, which allows for a greater retracement. Talked about this wave B, which we reached, and then now finally also the wave C target area. But now re-evaluating the scenario here while we are in the green area and while we have reached the head and shoulders pattern target, but don't see any bullish reaction to it, we have to assume we might drop lower. Okay, so that is currently here on the table, and we can do this in the higher level wave count. We can still do this in the bullish wave count. So again, just for everybody who's new on the channel, we have here a couple of possibilities which are playing out, and we need to be a bit flexible generally at the moment. Yeah, we are still not in a scenario where we have a confirmed 5-wave impulse to the upside and a 3-wave pullback. That is really what I point out in, maybe not in every video, but very, very regularly. Anybody who is currently in this market needs to understand that the current waves are still very uncertain. Yeah, I point that out regularly. We are still in a state of uncertainty. As I said many times to you before, I can't talk into this microphone here confidently and tell you that we definitely have the low in and that we will not go below $880. There is still a significant probability that we will make lower lows. And the reason for that is that anybody who wants the greatest sense of, let's say, comfort that the low is in, needs to have patience and needs to wait for a first 5-wave move up. And we could have seen that, and there are various possibilities. One is this, that we count this as the 5-wave move and we're now in the corrective pattern ABC. And the other possibility is that we are still going to see much higher prices here in this wave up. So basically that we have done, that we've done here the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and we are still working on the wave 5 and would then come down. Now, we need, however, to see this whole thing play out. So either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then A, B, and then we need to come down in a C wave, but should find support in this area here above 1230, ideally even above 1280. And the other possibility is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so we go much higher actually, because this last leg would then imply that we haven't finished the wave 5 of that 5-wave impulse. But the way this is playing out indicates we should see much higher levels. Yeah, that would be very bullish. Now, I can't tell you which of these scenarios is playing out, which of these two bullish scenarios. But I told you, if we go below 1660, that would be a strong indication that we will not go higher to complete here this wave 5. Then we will have to deal with this scenario 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that we're already in the corrective wave, a wave A, a wave B with an overshooting wave B basically, and then we would come down in the C. Yeah, and of course there is still the risk because we haven't pushed up one more wave, which is what we would need. And it's basically too late now as well anyway, because we broke below the wave 1, so it would need to be very long. I want to spare you the details, but without more upside, there is basically only this scenario left where we are now in a correction already, and the other one, and that would be the bearish option, which has a 35% probability that we will now come down in an impulse and will drop below $880. Yeah, and that's why I always stress anybody who wants comfort that the low is in needs to wait for this 5-wave move to play out and needs to wait for a 3-wave pullback that we can count as an ABC in a wave 2. Yeah, we want to see on a relevant time frame the wave 1 play out and the wave 2. And then when you see on a lower time frame the first 5-wave move up, that is probably the best indication you can get that we are indeed going up in a wave 3. That would then normally be the most bullish wave. Now we haven't seen that yet. Okay, therefore still uncertainty here in the market, and you know, we've rallied a lot. You're never gonna pick the absolute low. You're never gonna pick the absolute high, only with a lot of luck. And therefore I've talked to you a lot of times here that this is for me not the time to buy at the moment. It's rather the time to think about taking profits. Again, have been had a lot to deal again with a lot of comments about, yeah, you know, don't know what you're doing. Ethereum is going to go to $3,400 due to the merge. Now again, we see what's playing out here at the moment. Of course we can go higher, and therefore I haven't taken all profit, of course not, only around 30%. But we have to deal with the scenario that this could have been over. Yeah, and it's just a sensible approach. I think the best balance between trying to get a decent profit, but not trying to max out your luck, you know, in that sense. And in addition to that, we've also, I mean, we are only here in the short term. Yeah, we are only in the area we expected anyway. The green area is basically where we expected the price to get into. Now the problem is, if we look at this now, it's basically happened a bit too fast, indicating we're only now in a wave 3 down, possibly reaching here the 1680 level or 1655, or 1655, which is that key support here of the previous wave 2. Then we would see a wave 4 move up, I believe, and a wave 5 down. That would break below 1660, and it's a good indication that we are not going to move up anymore, and that we are indeed in this, possibly even in a larger move down. That is what we don't know yet. Okay, that would become even more evident below 1560 then. Yeah, that's a key support level. If that's taken out, then it's pretty much clear that we are coming down even further. So I'll definitely keep you updated. Still need to see how this is now playing out, the further correction. At the moment, I would expect further downside. Yeah, for me, it's now also too late to take profits. I did it around 1976, and there was one take profit before. Where you can still take profit, of course, but now I would want to see how this is playing out down here. Do we find support at this key support level at 1660? You know, also for a bit more clarity, why is it for me, why do I not want to take profit now anymore? Well, I did it up there. Now for me is the time, because we've pulled back to support. You know, 1660 is an important support. We only just, and $1,700. So I want to see how this is now playing out, to judge better what is happening now here in the short term. Bear in mind, these short-term waves often get invalidated. They are very fragile. And especially on a day like this, where there's a lot of movement, a lot of volatility, sometimes you just want to let the dust settle a little bit. And yeah, so far we are only in this scenario we talked about in previous videos anyway, in this green area. This hasn't moved an inch. But now is the key to see, you know, is this 1660 level going to play out or not? Is it going to provide support? The way this is coming down, I don't think it is. I think we're going to lose it. And I think we might have another chance to find support at 1560. But every lost support level now basically increases the chances that we are here either in the bearish scenario where we'll go below 880, or that we are already in this C wave that is coming down into this wave 2 area. Now we won't know that until we reach that wave 2 area, and if we see a bullish reaction here, okay? So that remains to be seen. The problem, if we go a bit lower, and this indeed is an A, B, C correction that we're doing now with an overshooting wave B, the problem here is that overshooting wave Bs, they are quite rare, okay? They're not too rare in crypto, but the problem is if we only have to deal with the bearish scenario and the overshooting wave B scenario, it will get a bit tricky to work out which one is more likely. So we'll see. I will definitely keep you updated here. Hope to give you a bit of orientation in the market where we currently are, and hopefully the warnings from the last few days were helpful. Alright, so hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.